Hello, and welcome back to episode 7 of the D'Agostini Millennium Falcon. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong one. No, scratch that. Episode 6A of our build of the Airfix 172nd Jet Provost. Our first build together. How have you done? Did you enjoy it? Because that's all that matters. Doesn't matter what it looks like at the end of the day. As long as you enjoy doing it, that's what it's all about. If you made a good job of it, well done. If you did your best, that's all anybody can ask. Well done. So let's get on to doing a nice little diorama. Very, very simple, very easy. We're going to use a standard CD or DVD-R or old, anything on a disc. An old game, something that doesn't work anymore, or now 22 that nobody's ever heard of anymore, that doesn't play. Your sister broke it. Doesn't matter. We're just going to use it as a base. So what we're going to do, all I've done, I've gone ahead and all I've done is got a piece of cardboard out of a cereal packet, an empty cereal packet, put the disc on it, draw around it, cut it out, and then PVA glue it. Job done. Easy as that. Then leave it for a few hours to dry. Then what you're going to do is we're going to get our tester pot of grey. And we're just going to, what we're going to do, Ted? Slap it on. We're just going to slap on the grey paint. Alright, let's just move the Millennium Falcon out of the way. It's slightly smaller than the one Fox Wolf was doing, but never mind. Right, that's a bit of a joke, a bit of a boom hut joke there. Ooh, I won't use this for a bit, it's got a skin. No, we don't want the skin. We'll get rid of that later. So, this stuff is great. It's emulsion. It's what your mum and dad put on the wall. Right. But just slap it on. You don't have to worry about it being neat and tidy because it's concrete. It's representing a concrete floor. In fact, if you stippled it, like I'm doing, like that, once you painted it, we'll give it a stipple. It's stippling. And that really will look like it's concrete. This concrete ain't smooth. It's geography. It's the hardest subject in the world. I kid you not. Geography is the hardest subject in the world. I came off a motorbike at 74 miles an hour and hit the geography, and it's hard. It hurt. Don't do it. See? I'm not lying to you. Geography is the hardest subject in the world. Right, so we painted it, and I'm just going to stipple it. Literally, when we're stippling, just do that. Just give it a bit of a... And all it's doing is it's just texturing. Let's paint it a little bit. Alright, and it'll look like brushed concrete. Or tamped concrete. Alright, because that's the effect you're after. It might self-level a little bit, but don't worry. As long as you've got the impression of it's concrete. And then all we're going to do is we're going to leave that to dry. Right. Simple, isn't it? Simple! Right. And the good thing about this as well is it's water based. So we don't have to use nasty spandy chemicals or anything. We can just use water to clean the wash off. Right, let me just... I'll do this off camera. Right, I'm going to pause it because watching this dry really will be boring. Watching paint dry. Right, so I'll see you in a second. Remember, this is like a time machine. Ooh, back in the hole. And we're back. Now it's had time to dry. I'm going to show you a secret. A proper art tip. Proper learnings. Okay? What I've done is I've drawn a square and I've dissected it into 3. Okay? What I'm going to do then, I'm going to draw another 2 lines. One across here, going that way, and one about there going that way. Now this is a proper art tip. You're going to go to school and you're going to be sat in art and you're going to draw something. It's going to look absolutely amazing, and your teacher's going to say, wow, that's cool. You're going to say, yeah, I used the rule of 3. Now then, the rule of 3 is, if you looked at a painting, like famous painting like the Hay Wain, have you seen a painting called the Hay Wain? What it is it's a stream and a house and a horse and a cart and a dog. All the points, the horse and the cart, are where the lines meet. It's a focal point. The dog is here, the house is here. Alright? It's where your eye is naturally drawn when you're looking at something. It's always, your eye is always drawn to here, 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 and here. And that's called the rule of 3. Now when we're doing dioramas and that, we can use the rule of 3 to our advantage, to make it look nicer. Alright, so what we're going to do now is, let's put that back on it. Now our base is nice and dry and it looks like concrete, it's quite textured. What we're going to do then is we're going to get a ruler. Now concrete runways isn't just one long concrete thing, it's made of concrete slabs. So we're going to do some slabs. We're just going to draw it on with a black marker pen, a Sharpie or a marker pen or whatever, permanent marker. Now what we don't want to do is we don't want to go in the middle and just draw a big X, because that'll look daft. We don't want to go all the way across and all the way down, because real life isn't like that. Real life isn't as precise and as neat and as regular as that. You'll have, we'll use the rule of 3 and we'll use about this point here, just about here, as our focal point where the eye's drawn. Alright, now the plane's not going to sit on that bit, the plane's going to sit to the side of it, so you're still going to see the gaps between the concrete slabs. We're just going to use a Sharpie to do it, but it's not 100% accurate real life. It's, so what I mean by that is we'll draw a line and then we'll draw a line upwards, upwardwards. Right, wait, is that square? Is that? I'm not going to put a stupid angle, am I? Right, draw that down. Okay, now the next slab will be half an inch or so out, a millimetre, you know, 5 or 10 centimetres out where the workmen have poured it. Right, now it might not look a lot, but it doesn't look silly, it looks natural. Like that. Now what you could do then as well is you could add cracks, like this corner's chipped off. So I'll start about here, you do it any way you want, start about here and just draw a crack like that. And then darken that bit as if there's a bit of a hole in that corner. See what I mean? Now what you could do, if you was feeling really adventurous, is you could put a little bit of PVA on there and just a tiny bit of flock, so it looks like there's grass and weeds growing out of the crack and the little hole in the runway. Because it happens with runways, not at the end of the runway, not the bit where they actually fly down and take off, but where they taxi to and the start. They're not perfect. In fact, we'll do another bit of a crack in the concrete. We'll make it look like it's a bit used runway. And then all we've got to do is get some of the gluings. I'm just going to use you can use PVA glue, you can use a little tiny bit of super glue, anything you want. Oh, my canopy, see what I mean? PVA glue, that hadn't set properly. Right, just a couple of dabs of super glue. Now if you got the weight right, which I didn't, yours won't tail sit. So when you come to do it, don't just put a blob of blue tack in it, put a blob of blue tack and a little tiny ball bearing or a little tiny screw or a nut, or just something to, and then we just sit that on there until that sets. And there we have our Airfix 1/72 scaled Jet Provost T4 sitting on its runway. So there we are. It's finished. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed building it. And before we go, one or two things I wrote down. Now, if you're not sticking to the budget and you want to do it in other paints, I wrote down the conversion to Tamiya. So to the Tamiya conversion would be X11 chrome silver, X7 gloss red, XF1 which is a flat black, and XF19 is the closest you're going to get, which is sky grey. Okay, if you're really fortunate and lucky like I am, your local model shop sells Mr. Hobby Aqueous, and that would be H8 the metallic silver, H3 gloss black, H12 flat black, and H51 light gold grey. So that's just a little bit of, for those of you that don't have to stick to the budget and you want to buy other paints other than using the Humbrol. Things to watch out for. Not a lot really. It was a very simple kit to go together. It's just the only issue I've found with it is not an issue really. It's just the lack of the palette. Now there's a little blob right on the end of the nose that should be painted white, but you don't get a white, obviously, so you can't do that. Later on, what you might like to do is, when we've got a few more kits and you've actually got a white, is just touch that up with a little dot of white. Okay, but apart from that, it was a lovely little kit to build, and like I said, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it the same as I do, and hopefully we'll see you for the next build, which is our submarine build. That should be quite good fun. I've got lots and lots of things in the pipeline, lots of ideas and lots of kits we can do together. All of them will stick around the £20 budget. Alright, so it doesn't matter whether you're doing it weekly or monthly. You know, these videos are going to be on the internet for a very long time. Things go on the internet, they stay there. You know, so you might be building this 2 years from now. You might suddenly find the channel 2 years from now and think, oh, I forgot that. So if you do, welcome. Hello. You know, it's a time machine at the end of the day. It's like I've said, we can do all sorts. We can pause it, we can skip forward in time. You know, it's good fun. It's all good fun. I hope you did. I hope you really had fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully I'll see you on the next build. Right, who's got the button? Who's going to turn it off? Have I got it again? Oh, I'll turn it off then.